Hello, welcome back to my channel. So girl, I am back again. I told you guys I was gonna come back with a part 2 depending on what transpired with married at first sight regarding Chris and Paige. And baby, when I tell you, as soon as I uploaded my video and I went back to watching the series, the baby mama popped up. Okay, and I know a lot of people are speculating about the baby mama, the ex-fiance, and all that like that. I'm going to get into that too because I have my little, theories and speculations. Y'all already know how I do. Okay, so I hate to bombard you with videos after videos, but listen, between these COVID restrictions and me being faux single while my husband is away, listen, it's only so much that a girl can do. So I'm coming to you. Okay, so let's get into what's going on. So Chris, with his self-centered ass, reaches out to Paige and asks her to meet with him and the ex-fiance / baby mama. Okay, and the first thing that I noticed was Chris did this whole spiel about how Paige is not his type, and he's not used to dating girls like her, and he, the girls that he's used to dating are on a whole nother, spectrum of the aesthetic and everything like that. But it's like the baby mama and Paige, they look very similar. Paige is a little more chocolatey. Okay, she's a little more, rich in her chocolatedness, if that's a word. But like your baby mama, your ex-fiance, and I ain't got no beef, I ain't got no smoke, but real talk, it's like she not shitting on Paige. No way, no how. So when they all meet, you know what I'm saying? The baby mama was giving off, nice, nasty. She came in as if she was shitting on Paige. But really, I'm here to let her know she is not, okay? So she had a little nice, nasty undertone, but she kept it respectful, okay? And Paige kept it respectful with her. Paige was like, listen, girl, I don't have no beef with you. My smoke is all for him. He put me in this situation. And then Paige was like, listen, let me play with him a little bit. She was like, because you all about this baby, but what about our potential baby? I could be pregnant too. So the baby mama was lost. She was like, pregnant by who? And Paige was just looking at him. And then the baby mama looked at him. And then he just put his head down. And Paige was like, I'm not. I'm not. Thank God I'm not. But I could be. Okay? So baby mama was, stopped in her. So this is my thing with the baby mama. Mercedes, I think her name is. She was giving me very creepy vibes, very, opportunistic, shady type of vibes, because she had this, Joker grin on her face the whole time. And then it was like, I didn't understand why she even showed up, because some of these couples, some of their parents don't even show up for the wedding because they can't really get down with the process. So I find it very weird that the baby mama would just pop up immediately to be on this show. It's, I don't know, it didn't come off genuine. She doesn't come off genuine. She is kind of like the female version of, Chris. That's the vibe she gives off. Now, we don't know her in depth, but he did say that they broke up because they didn't trust each other, and I can definitely see that. So, Chris and Paige get into a little tiff because Paige is just expressing herself to, the baby mama. And she's like, listen, I started this process with pure intentions. And Chris keeps interrupting her saying, I started with pure intentions too. So what are you saying? And then he's like, won't you address me? So the baby mama stepped in and was like, don't be cute. And he was like, I'm not trying to be cute, but she being disrespectful. And the baby mama was like, she's not being disrespectful. Look at what you got her going through. So I was like, okay, baby mama, step up. You know what I'm saying? Defend sister to sister. And the baby mama told Paige, I don't know what he told you, but I'm not trying to reconcile with him. Okay? So Paige was confused, like, okay, so you said you wanted to get a divorce because you wanted to be with the mother of your child, but now the mother of your child saying she don't want to be with you. So, Chris got up like the little bitch made boy that he is, and he left. Whew. So baby, let's get into Pastor Dwight and Paige's conversation, because the pastor gave a quick little word last night. So Pastor Dwight meets with Paige because Pastor Dwight really feels like Paige is the perfect woman for a man like Chris. And my thing is, no, y'all always want a good woman to settle for a dog ass nigga in hopes that she will improve him. So I don't agree with that type of shit. So anyway, they're talking and the pastor was basically like, listen, that's my friend or whatever, but he's a double-minded person. And I said, come on, pastor. He said, anybody that is double-minded, they are unstable. I said, come on, pastor. They hot, they cold, they cold, they hot. Okay? So Paige has, accepted the fact that this relationship is not going to work. They have hit a dead end. But guess who calls? The double-minded bandit. Okay? So he calls Paige to meet with her, and they meet on the rooftop, and I'm really feeling like Paige has found her voice. You know what I'm saying? She's sitting on the rooftop and she's like, look, you wasting my time, and I don't like my time to be wasted. Why am I here? Okay? And so I'm like, okay, Paige, all right, I'm feeling you. So then he starts laughing and she like, see, look, all that. And he's like, no, that's just how I show my emotion. So Paige leaves, and then the producers, send her back. And so she sits and she listens to him, and he starts with his double-minded talking about, I want to be there for my kid. I don't want to have my kid taken away from me, but I want to be with you because I might miss out on something great, and I just don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. And this is my thing with Chris. He doesn't know how to be committed to anything, and he doesn't know how to be completely honest. See, my thing is, if all of this did spring on him, the girl being pregnant or whatever, I could respect a man that's like, you know what, I'm about to bring a baby into this world and I just want to solely focus on my baby. Or a man that's saying, my baby is going to be top priority, so if you want to stay married to me, you're going to come second. Or I don't have any interest in being married anymore because I want to settle this situation between my new baby and my baby's mother. But all this, foolishness that he talking like, oh, we need to reset and we need to start over again. And, I'm starting to really get attracted to her, but I'm scared, I'm scared to fail and all this type of stuff. And it's just like, and then it's like at one point he told Paige that she was above the child and everybody else because she was the wife. Then he flipped and like, oh, I want to focus on my baby. I don't want to lose my baby. And I'm thinking to myself, in what world do you simply not being with the mother of your child equates to you not being in their life or you being X'd out of their life? It doesn't work like that. Like, if you have the money that you say you have, and if you're dealing with a woman that would do something like that, you should be able to handle that legally. If you're not endangering the child, that you can't just not be in your child's life just because you're not with the mother. So it's like he just a ball of confusion, but yet he's stringing this innocent woman along. And I think he's actually stringing the baby mama along too with all of his, like the pastor said, his double-mindedness. He was even engaged before this last engagement and it didn't go through. So he's a mess. But sad to say, just when I thought that Paige had found her voice and she had accepted reality, she cracked again under his, manipulative spell, being, quote unquote charming, and fell for the old, let's reset, let's start off as friends again. And so, they reintroduced themselves and all this type of stuff. And so, because I'm looking at my notes. So Chris and Paige meet with the, relationship coach or whatever. And so he didn't follow through with the things that they had agreed upon when they reset or whatever, which is not surprising. And so Paige is like asking for the bare minimum. Can you just communicate with me at least once a day? A phone call, a text. And he's like, I would rather go out to the movies, to dinner. And the relationship therapist is like, but she's asking for something easier than that. So why can't you give her that? So when I see Paige asking him for the bare minimum and he trying to, go against that, and he's actually trying to do more grand things, I'm like, okay, this nigga is just a combative nigga. Like, it don't make sense. You can't call her once a day, but you can take her out to dinner and all these type of things. And Paige is like, I'm not trying to be out here in public with you because basically you got me looking like a fool. That's what she was basically saying. Like, I'm not at the level of where I want to go out with you like that. So then they sit down, some days later, and Chris basically tells her that he bought the baby mama a car. And he talks about how she got into a wreck some months ago and she's been afraid to drive. And so he bought her a brand new Mercedes Benz. And so my thing is, it's really not that important to me. Like, it's for the baby or whatever. But my thing is, why are you trying to make her empathize with the baby mama's issues? Just another burden on Paige, because even when she was, telling the other girls about the story about the car, she's giving them the whole backstory about the baby mama getting into a wreck and being scared to drive. And it's like, girl, that's not your concern. That should not be your story to even tell or spread. Like, it's just so much that Paige is taking on that she really should not be, taking on. So, they made a little schedule to meet up and stuff like that. And so they meet up at Paige's spot, I believe. And then they get into an argument about communication. And so then Chris starts going off talking about, you only want to communicate with me on camera, but off camera, you don't want to, communicate with me. And he was like, you being fake. And he wants something real. And it's like, no, my nigga, you messed up. You can't have it how you want it. And you can't say nothing about what's real and what's fake when you got all this shit attached to you that this girl doesn't want to be attached to. Like, he wants to cover up or just push aside all the things that he has done. This girl admitted that you broke her down, that you tried to break her. But yet you want to call the shots and you want to call her fake because she don't want to deal with you how you want to deal with her. Like, get out of here. So anyway, they're done. So Paige met with her brother, and I think this is when she finally found her voice, when she listened to her brother, who gave her some amazing advice. Like, listen, it's nothing to rush. You have so many years ahead of you to have more experiences. This was just an effed up experience. This has nothing to do with you. You came pure, you tried, and it fell through. It's not your fault or whatever. And so, she takes her brother's advice, and she's on the track to just, doing her and putting herself first, which is what she needs to do. So we see Chris telling his mama that he's done with Paige. Now, I appreciated the mother, saying some of the things that she said. Like, Paige is a good woman. She's a sweet girl. And I don't, I'm not mad that she doesn't want to put up with your bullshit. But it's like, she didn't say anything else after that. She just let him say his little 1-2 words, and it was just like, okay. But it's like, no, that's the moment where you come in and you break it down to your son, what he did wrong, how he treated this woman, how he should not treat any other woman like this. You know what I'm saying? This is why people repeat the bad behaviors, because nobody is willing to break it down. It don't matter how old your children get. You're still supposed to be teaching them. They should still be learning from you. You're a married parent, so he's trying to become a married parent, so you still have work to do regarding your child. That's how I feel. So how I feel really when it boils down to it, I feel like Paige was robbed of experience with Married at First Sight. But I will say, I was talking to my sister about this, and I was like, they need to implement some type of second go round. And my sister was like, no, because it's reality. She was like, there are some women who might get married to a man and then find out that that man does have a child on the way. And so she was like, you can't, she was like, it would mess up their show if they do a do-over, because they're supposed to be finding your perfect match. And I get that. And I also get the fact that she was like, these are real life experiences that people are experiencing off camera, getting with a man and finding out that he's pregnant and, things like that. So, I guess it is how it goes. Cause I was like, for a woman like Paige, they need to just start again at the drawing board. But I guess it's reality. So Deuces.